Well, hello there. My name is Trey Hoverson, and the organization that I helped create is called Health Reconnected. Now, we have a very important announcement to make. We have broken the mathematical patterns that explain how space and time are organized. Now, why should you care? Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's been noticing that natural disasters and specifically weather related disasters are becoming more and more extreme. And this space-time pattern that we've broken can outline when all the major disasters are going to be coming here in the future. This doesn't stop with just predicting weather problems. We can also predict when people are going to have issues within their body. So when you think about space and time, what we've done here is we figured out how the external cycles of the earth are actually connected with all of the internal cycles of all of the living organisms that inhabit the earth. Our technology literally not only displays the external cycles of time, but if you have accurate birth information, you can come to healthreconnected.com and we show you how to use technology and give you free access to that technology so that you can start calculating your own internal rhythms. This can make a huge difference in your overall approach to healthcare and your overall approach to well-being going forward. Now, we also have a YouTube channel where we have all kinds of informational videos that teach you how to use this, as well as all kinds of confirmation videos that show how this space-time pattern can literally help us prepare regions before they're devastated by a disaster. This will help us save lives, and this will help us conserve resources. So I think that's enough explanation here. So the next slide we're going to talk about, this is the actual space-time clock. This is a live feed. You can find this on our website. This is also posted on our YouTube channel. Now, this is complicated. And the general public, when they first come here and they look at this clock, they're going to go, what the heck is this? Don't you worry. So what I've done is I've made some really easy, very simplistic graphs made for the general public. And what these graphs do is they literally organize all of the space-time cycles. They show how the external cycles of the Earth are connected to the internal cycles of our bodies. What that allows us to do is make very accurate predictions about what parts of our bodies aren't going to feel so good if we're out of sequence or out of balance with the cycles of the Earth. You see, every single life form is connected to the Earth through a circadian rhythm. And the circadian rhythm is to help guide us and to help us optimize or synchronize our activities on the Earth. Now, when the Earth sets a cycle in time in motion and we're connected to it, if we're not doing and if we're not creating a better future for the Earth, then unfortunately we experience a place in our body that's not going to feel so well. So it's kind of like the Earth is teaching us. We're all connected to the Earth's rhythms. And if we don't align with what's best for the Earth, then unfortunately our bodies can't be at its optimal state. So let me just explain a little bit about these charts before we start to fast forward in time here. And you're going to see that we're going to be able to predict when all the major events weather-wise are coming, when you're going to feel like your body isn't doing so well. If you're out of balance with the Earth cycles, well, then you're not going to feel good when those cycles are in control. That's how that works. Now, we've got this human silhouette down here. And if you look, we've got this green color here. This green color relates to the cycles that affect the upper left quadrant of the body. This yellow color relates to the cycles that are going to affect the upper right quadrant of our body. This orange section relates to the lower left quadrant of the body, and this red color relates to how the body will be affected in the right lower quadrant. All right? That's how simple this is. So if we're looking at day 1 to day 4, which starts August 3rd and it ends on August 6th, and this UTC time, if anybody's wondering, that's universal time. We use universal time because this chart right here is showing what the entire Earth, the entire world is going through. Now, when you come to our website, we allow you to select your own time zone, so you don't have to do this conversion. But for the demonstration here, that's what UTC is, so don't let that confuse you. Now, look at what we can see here right away. So from day 1 to day 4, we can see that there's a lot of right upper quadrant stuff that's going to be happening. A lot of cycles of the Earth are going to be affecting the right upper quadrants of people's bodies. Now, if you're having problems with the right upper quadrant of your body during this 4-day period, it means you're out of balance with what's the best and healthiest for the Earth. Now, everyone should go, yeah, the Earth is getting upset with us here. Look around. The earth is starting to destabilize as far as our climate goes. Our environment is really stressed right now. And all of these stresses have to do with what we have done as humans, how we're interacting, and we're not synchronizing with the earth, which is actually what makes it possible for us to be alive. You see, without the earth, it would be pretty hard to exist, wouldn't it? And all of our rhythms are synchronized with the earth. So the idea that we're going to fight the earth, that's not going to happen. I promise you. So we're going to talk about these top charts now. So the blue, the purple, and the magenta. When cycles of space and time change, they create what we call polarity moments. So it's just a shift. When you go from one cycle to another, it's either going from negative to positive or positive to negative. And when that happens, it creates this agitating force. Think of it this way. Like we always laugh about when it's full moon and how that affects people. You're going to see that when this pattern elevates, the blue and the purple, and specifically this magenta. So if you've been watching the news recently, we're now in 8-5, and the news stories are starting to intensify here. This is all predicted. This is the space-time cycle literally agitating collective populations, and we're going along for the ride here, okay? So two things as we fast forward in time. I want you to pay attention to this magenta pattern right here because that shows when we're going to have collective stress, collective agitation, and all of the conflict and all of our like wars, and when things intensify and when people are protesting, it's going to follow this magenta pattern. And we're going to outline until the end of the year. So we're going to know every time in the year that's going to be stressful for us collectively, as well as when we can expect to see large-scale natural disasters. All right, so we've got one last thing to talk about here before we fast forward. So these little lines up here are called alignments, okay? And these alignments are when two space-time cycles synchronize and create an amplified moment. So these amplified moments, that's when we are going to see a flooding event. That's when we're going to see a tornado form. This is when you're going to see, for example, this is a yellow alignment. This is when someone's going to have right-sided quadrant pain, headache, shoulder pain. That's what you can expect to see here. And for every individual that's out of balance with this pattern, it will affect their individual body. And for regions, so regions of individuals that live together and are living in a way that's out of balance with the earth, they can expect to experience major climate damage because of that imbalance. You see, Mother Earth is trying to teach us here. And if you understand how space and time works, you're going to understand why you're going to want to start to learn what Mother Nature's been trying to show us. And this pattern and our technology is going to help us all turn this corner together and not only get ourselves healthy, but to get our world healthy as well. All right, so let's start fast forwarding because what we're going to look for as we go is when this pattern elevates, as long as when these alignments really start to show up. So you can see here, collective agitation is going to start to drop off, and by day 3, which is August 9th, things are going to kind of calm down again in our society. Now, there are a few alignments here, but these aren't worth talking about yet because as we go on here, you're going to see. Now, I'm just going to keep fast forward, and we're going to watch the agitation levels, and we're going to watch when these alignments happen. Again, there's some alignments, but here's the first one we're going to talk about. So day 2, August 16th. This is the kind of alignment that happens when a major weather disaster is either forming or unfolding. Highly likely that hurricanes are going to be forming during this time. And this is a very long alignment. This alignment's going to go on for 4 days. So expect during that time period that there's going to be something major happening, and not just in the United States. This is all over the globe. Anybody that's out of balance, that's going to be a time when we're really going to notice the effects of us being out of balance with the Earth's frequencies. Now, we're going to keep fast forwarding here. All right, so here's the next one. So by September 1st, we've got another very strong alignment that's going to go on for 4 days. I'm going to back this up because it actually starts before that. It actually starts on August 30th. So this is a 6-day alignment. It's a different color. It's a different color because it's going to affect different quadrants of the body because it's connected to different cycles. Highly likely, again, that this is going to be hurricane formation time here. We're going to keep fast forwarding. Now, I want to stop here for just a minute. See how agitation levels have come up here, and there are quite a few alignments. So day 2 and day 3. So September 14th and September 15th, these are going to be heavy news days. Unfortunately, when this goes up, so when collective agitation levels go up and there are these alignments, Don't be surprised if this is when we start to see that there's a school shooting or mass shootings or that wars are intensifying, our conflicts are intensifying. That's exactly what to expect. And now you know the exact days that's coming. We're going to keep moving here, okay? So agitation levels have really spiked again. So day 1, day 2, and day 3, so September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. This is going to be noticeable. I want you to see the violent exchange here between the purple and the blue. This is third person agitation, first person agitation. Magenta just adds those two things together. All right, let's keep rolling here. All right, so here's the next long duration alignment. It's the last one for the year. It starts actually on day 4, which is September 28th. This alignment is going to roll into and continue until day 4 on this chart, which is October 6th. This is going to be fireworks. Look at all of these alignments. I promise you, there are going to be major, major disasters that we're going to see as a society. And this isn't just going to be in one region of the world. It's going to be in every region of the world that's out of balance with optimizing Mother Nature. You see, if we take care of Mother Nature, she takes care of us. If we don't take care of Mother Nature, then not only does she get upset and not only are we punished through these huge catastrophic disasters, but our bodies can't be healthy either. There are going to be a lot of people that have health complications. If you are an individual that's not following and creating a better earth for future generations, all of these colors are going to affect your body negatively. So you can see there's yellow and green and a lot of orange and red. The whole body is going to be stressed for every individual that's out of balance with this sequence. Let's keep rolling here. So we can see that agitation levels are going to come up again, and this is going to happen in the mid part of October, the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Let's keep rolling here. And then things simmer down a little bit until we get here to day 4. You can start to see agitation levels are coming up. That's going to be October 30th. Let's keep rolling. Lots of alignments. So day 2 and day 3. So we're looking specifically at November 1st and November 2nd. These 2 days are going to have lots of big time disasters. There's going to be lots of news events here. Again, we're not going to be able to change all of the destructive patterns we've created. So this video is to confirm that space-time, how it's organized, it's very advantageous for us to understand and know this and share this with everyone. Let's keep rolling here. So I just went by some collective agitation. Lots of agitation coming 3 and 4 in this sequence. That's going to be November 6th. And November 7th. Super important that we understand this, because if we collectively know that this is coming, we can stop it from being so overpowering when these moments come. This is what's causing a lot of the conflict, us not understanding how this pattern is affecting us internally. All right, let's keep moving here. You can see collective agitation levels are rising again. So by November 23rd through the 26th, we've got steady magenta here. There's going to be a lot of conflict going on all over the world at that time. As you can see, collective agitation is just staying up. And when this agitation and these long duration alignments are here, again, day 2, for example, November 28th, 2025, this will be eventful, okay? Not only will there be eventful natural disasters, but there's going to be a lot of social conflict going on at that time as well. We're going to keep fast forwarding here into December, and you can see now. So by mid-December, again, collective agitation levels are coming up, and we just keep moving. Now, this is the end of the season, okay? So this is when we're going to hit the winter solstice. When we get to the winter solstice, we're going to start calculating the seasons, the new seasons for 2026. So this is where this graph ends, and we're going to end on an explanation point here. Now, the point of this video is really to bring everybody to the awareness that all of the chaos and all of the weather and destruction, as well as what's happening to our bodies, once you understand the space-time pattern, you can organize the chaos and see exactly what this is. Health Reconnected has been busy for the last 3 years organizing and creating technology. So once we shared this with you, we've got everything in place to help all of us get healthier, as well as to work together to try to help us get our environment as healthy as possible, because the happier Mother Earth is with us, the happier our rhythms are going to be internally for us. We're going to be healthy when she's healthy. That's how this works. All right, let's end this out with the title card here. Thank you for your time, and be sure to visit us at healthreconnected.com, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Health Reconnected. Thanks again. My name is Trey. Looking forward to helping all of you. Talk to you soon.